Oh, let me get GarageBand recording just so we go ahead and check the mic while I press record.
Check.
What's today's date? Let them know we're live. What's today's date?
Monday, May 29th.
It is Monday, May 29th.
Everybody should probably be home and no one's going to be on because they're probably sleeping in, babe.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I'm trying to get this clean audio on GarageBand so that they don't hear that StreamYard audio. So let me just press record real quick. We got a good show for y'all today. What are some of the things we're talking about?
Well, we saw some good stuff on TV, or some funny stuff that I think that everybody will enjoy. And then, just kind of talk about our weekend, how we did. We're working today.
I like that quote that they played at church for Memorial Day. I wanted to find it. It's because I want to get good audio, so I don't want to take too long. But otherwise, it's that StreamYard audio, and it sounds like bad Wi-Fi. Y luego la gente hace comentarios. That's the only bad thing about doing it this way. You got to record like 2 different ways. But if not, it sounds like internet. All right, man. I wish I could find that Memorial Day
Where was it,
quote.
or what?
It was at church. I was watching.
Oh, it was on the screen. You didn't find it?
Did it pull up? Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, but it pulls up on the screen like.
I was looking for that part, but just to pay our respects for.
Well, I'd like to say that I officially don't want no part of Disney because of what they did.
Oh man!
They will not be flying American flags for the month of June. They will be flying the trans flag, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it can fly at the same height as the American flag, which there is no other flag that can do that except the Texas flag.
Because we used to be our own republic.
Yes. And
I almost want some context and some details. Shout out to everybody in the comments. I almost want some context and details on because that sounds like the headline, like the clickbait headline. Like, okay, well, actually, it was just fire. Like, what is it, Disney? Like, is it just...
I think it's just Disney. I don't know anybody else's.
At their theme parks?
I did see, yes, at the theme parks. I did see that, if I'm not mistaken, California also supposedly got a memo to all, I think, fire stations or something like that.
Is it LA area?
You know what? Don't quote me, because if you've heard about this, maybe you can leave it in the comments. I'm not sure if it's in the LA area, but it probably is. That's probably where it is. Where the trans flag, they're required to fly the trans flag. I ain't got no problem. What you do with your preference is your business, not mine. But it definitely does not need to fly. Your flag does not need to fly at the same height as our American flag.
Look,
I don't know any other country that would allow stupidity like that.
This is how I look at it. I might be going too deep for everybody, right? Good morning, everybody. Everybody tuning in, listening to the replay on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. This might sound conspiratorial, but now the way I look at it, when you start to understand like revolutions and how they'll weaponize a marginalized group or whatever, like a minority, and weaponize them. Like once you start understanding them kind of revolutions, you start looking at it like this. All right, this is basically a flex from a billionaire who's basically letting us know, I don't rock with y'all's flag, I don't rock with y'all's country. I'm not down with y'all as a nation. Watch how I'm gonna use my influence and my money, and watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make y'all take y'all's flag down. And everyone's like, what? How you gonna do that, bro? Watch.
Think it's happening from another country?
I think it's a billionaire. We can't say his name on this platform. I believe there's like really influential globalist people. I know might sound conspiratorial, but basically I saw some information where they start tracing back, like why all of a sudden this is just the number one agenda everywhere.
Well, I do find that odd too. I'm not going to act
And
like
they start
I don't.
they start following
Which is
the money.
it's my obsession when I speak about it on my podcast. I'm sure anybody who listens to it is like, this girl talks about this all the time.
Her Lounge Podcast.
And I talk about it all the time because I find it odd that
We just find it funny.
I just find it funny that it's like everywhere, in your face, in Target, in anywhere you can think of, it's everywhere. And again,
and it's telling. I'm gonna let you finish. It's telling that these corporations aren't really afraid of stocks falling or boycotts. So somebody. It's like they're more afraid of something else that's controlling their
I
money.
saw something explained this morning that said they'll also lose their funding. They don't work the same way a small business does, where we fund.
You got to worry about your customer.
Yeah, you have to worry about your customer big time because they are your funding. They are who keeps you open, right?
Bingo.
They don't have to worry about that because their funding comes from somewhere else. So when you don't follow the rules or follow you must have XYZ,
their little credit score.
Yeah, then they don't get no funding. Now, here's my thing with that. If you want to sell t-shirts, like for Pride Month, sell the t-shirts, right?
Yeah, it's capitalism.
Just sell it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with it. I guess my problem began when they had tucking bathing suits.
Yeah, for kids.
In the kids department. The chest binding stuff.
The Satan. The Satan guy.
The Satanist. Now, I am going to say this. Just to be clear, everybody wants to point out this pin that he made. Those pins are not being sold at Target. So,
but he's still a Satanist.
He is a Satanist, and he designed something completely different. It is still under the Pride Month umbrella, but it was none of the other stuff he has online. Not that it makes a difference. He's still a Satanist. My whole thing with that, I remember I kind of talked about it. I said, how did that meeting go? Because this meeting is a production of months ago. They don't work like smaller businesses where you maybe plan 2 months out, 3 months out. They're planning a year in advance. So that means they worked with this artist a year in advance. That means they did everything so far ahead because they've got to make the stuff. They have to have it ready, the launch, everything. I mean, my problem, even though when I mentioned this in our Discord, it was like a lot of the people in my Discord were like, my problem was the fact that it was a Satanist, right? Yeah. It was like him, he's a Satanist, right? I kind of had a problem also with that. While I do think that's a problem, the coloring books for the kids. Oh, that was my problem. Like,
ooh, Target.
If 2 guys want to kiss, that's fine. If 2 girls want to kiss, that's fine. I don't think we needed it in a coloring book for kids. Because here's the other thing. There isn't kissing in coloring books for straight coloring books, whatever you want to call it.
It's just all of a sudden
it's just coloring books. Yeah. It's just stuff. And I was trying to think, I was even going through Penny's like princess coloring books to see if it's more like holding like this. But I haven't seen like anything kissing. Yeah. Uh-huh. So I was like, wait a second. So they're not in like the quote unquote straight coloring books, whatever that is. Mm-hmm. Why are we allowing this? And
I mean, it's crazy that we even having this conversation. Like everybody's kind of like, where there's all this debate is like, are y'all overreacting? I saw this tweet from, the kid, I think his name is like David Hogg. He's like a survivor from the Parkland shooting, and he's now an activist, and his whole agenda is basically trying to like take away people's Second Amendment, basically, right? And he tweeted something where he said, it's not the rainbow crop top that's going to hurt your kids. It's the weapon of war sold without a background check in a parking lot somewhere. Like, he just cherry picked 2 totally random things. And I looked at it like, bro, you left out the whole part about the Satanists. You left out the part about the chest binding. Yeah. You left out the tuck friendly. Yeah. You left out the fact that, on the other hand, the whole Constitution part, the whole Second Amendment part. Like, you just took all that away and just made it about, it's not the rainbow crop top y'all need to be worried about. Mm-hmm. It's them, what's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean,
it's a wild world. Yeah. I found a verse that they had in the sermon. You want to look at it? You want to read it? This
Read
was
it.
okay. Ready? This is from Romans, chapter 13, verse 7. Therefore, give to all what is due to them, tribute to those who deserve tribute, respect to those who deserve respect, and honor to those who deserve honor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's our scripture for Memorial Day weekend. We man, the top of my head is sunburned.
It is. It
My
does
little
hurt.
peanut. Okay, ain't no more hair, y'all. Ain't no more hair. And that sun, like this, the top. This the top. This the top of the crayon. This the top of the chapstick. And I did not take
The top of the chest.
this. It's like una puntita. Like before your shoulders could get sunburned.
Mm.
The top of your little peanut head, where it's not a lot of coverage. I did not take a hat because I don't know. I just was not in the mood to be prepared, I guess. But now I'm kind of feeling it because it's just like thin skin. Your little scalp don't even grow hair right there. So I might have to like put some aloe vera or something.
All right, just real quick, one of the comments says, when are you coming to Chicago? I know that's a little bit ahead, but I think it's July 16th.
It's right there, baby. Bottom of the screen. Bottom of the screen.
Get your tickets, get your tickets.
July 16th. It's in the downtown Zanies location. We're also coming to Oklahoma City July 6th. And don't forget, get your tickets now. I heard VIP is sold out. House of Blues June 16th. It's like 18 days away.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! I don't know. VIP sold out. We're already 18 days away.
And we're going to do the Pie Tequila is the official Texas city sponsor. And we will be having a bottle signing on June the 10th. I will give y'all exact location here within the next couple of days.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Probably on Wednesday when we do Cafecito Time again, we'll have it on the screen for you guys. Anybody interested or anybody in Houston who wants to stop by, get you the Pie Tequila bottle right here. Can you see it? There it is. Oh, it blends in with the mic.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
Don't forget also June 16th, official after party going down at Kobo's Q. Right there on Rusk, 2012 Rusk. They got some good birria tacos. They're going to have some ice cold drinks for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he was on the news. The owner, Raul, was on Fox News. Isaiah Carey interviewed him because he's always there eating some birria tacos. But Isaiah Carey noticed that at Kobo's Q, they had like 13 cases of Bud Light just sitting in the showroom. And I know we got to get into this to these other topics, but he wanted to interview him because of all the controversy. And he was like, hey, have you seen, like, tell us the scoop as a business owner.
Yeah.
And he pretty much let him know, hey, whatever y'all do is y'all's business. However, it's affecting my business.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, he said, I can't give these away. He says, if I sell them at cost, like, they still don't want them.
Yeah.
They still don't want them at cost. So he's like, I'm stuck. And allegedly the one of the big top executive from the distributor local like saw the report because it went like pretty viral. Y'all can look it up. Isaiah Carey, Fox Houston, what was that? Fox 26, and they had Raul Jacobo, owner of Kobo's Q, and he just let them know like I can't. Like yeah, it's real. The stench of what they decided to do with the Dylan thing.
Well, we had a great Memorial Day. I mean, we went to church. That's always a great way to kick off your Memorial Day.
Were we late? Were we on time? Were we early?
What?
We were on time.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about church.
Oh, And Sunny went to her class.
Sunny Bunny.
We usually always have to hang out with her in church.
We have her right there in the stroller. They're like they got to keep making the announcement for us. Like, parents.
I always feel like that announcement.
They looking right at you.
Yeah. Like they're talking to me.
They're like, parents, we have a state of the art.
We do have like a daycare back there. Can you take your child back there, please?
And then they got the family room, state of the art.
I'm like that mom that's like, I'm not making my child do anything she doesn't want to do. And I am that mom, I'm not going to lie. I didn't let Penny go into... Well, we attempted the daycare at church when she was 1, and she refused. So I didn't have a choice. I used to have to bring, like, coloring books.
Like, they called us. They're like, come get your kid.
Yeah. And she was yelling from the top of her... Literally, I walk in like this.
It was like screaming bloody murder.
And she was getting through
escaping the office. Cause they had
director's, like... legs like this when she heard my voice, and she's like, she just won't stop. And I was like, oh my God. I was like
embarrassed,
so embarrassed. I was like, it's not that serious, like, you know. Um, but I told Chingo, I said, okay, let's attempt this. I'm like, I just need to come to church and not. I always have to leave. I always end up
Step
in
out.
step out, and I always have to watch church in the hallway. If that's the case, I might as well just watch it at my house, you know. So I said, I'm trying it today. Let's see what happens. I said, if they call us, they call us. I'll go get her. No big deal. She saw all the toys. She said, peace out.
Yeah, she saw the little kitchen and other toddlers,
Yeah.
and she was just like, pew. When she
Went to
grabbed a
the
doll, and
yeah.
she started messing with the oven. She's like playing babysitter.
Yeah, so she was not, she didn't care like what we were doing. So I can't believe now we got to try to get Mickey to go to her own class.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be my 14-year-old. That's gonna be the next one.
And that's the next one we got to get to go to her own class. Once we do that, I think we will be going to church like two
regular.
adults, like two regular adults with no children.
When I walked by, I was gonna go upstairs to pick up Penny. When I walked by Sunny's little room, I just kind of looked to see how she was, and she's like, "Papi," big old smile, and then she's like, went back to playing.
Yeah, so I'm glad that she did that. So I'm glad she's there now. When I let Penny kind of tell me, so for the longest I would take coloring books, all types of stuff to entertain her in my backpack while we were at church, and she'd sit next to us and she wouldn't talk. She'd be quiet for the most part. Well, we also used to sit up there, remember, in the little parent room, the family room thing, and she'd be going up and down, just kind of doing her own thing, and it was like, oh my God. But I just remember one day we got to church, and she said, I want to go to my class, and I said, you do? And I was like, okay, let's do this. And so I did, and she's been good since then. We had like maybe one other time where she cried, but other than that, I think we've been pretty good with her. She's done. She'll even ask, like when we don't go to church, she'll be like, is there a reason why we haven't gone to church? And I'll be like, dang girl, why you gotta call me out? But that was very exciting. And then we just went to go have family time. It was really nice. It was all of us just hanging out. We went to the pool, worked on our tan. You know?
You didn't get no sunburn? Oh, you put on all that stuff. I was afraid of those chemicals. I was like, nah, man, I've been seeing too many little TikToks.
Well, I heard about the sunscreen one.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, nah, I'd rather just give me this
But
burn.
I put it on the girls anyway.
No,
because I'm scared. I don't know. Like, do they burn or do I... Like, it's like...
And there's so many theories. They're like, man, it's them seed oils y'all eat. That's what's causing...
Well, I heard it's the food that we eat is what burns you. That's the only reason why you get a sunburn. It has nothing to do with the sun. I was like, what?
It kind of... I mean, some of that stuff be making sense. Like, you know, I don't know why all of a sudden, I guess, I don't know. You don't know what to believe.
A lot of things don't make sense anymore, Chingo.
But you know what? It's the beginning of the week. We thank y'all for tuning in. Inhale the good stuff.
Oops. Exhale
the bull stuff. Everybody back out there watching us right now. Everybody playing in the playback. Get you that simultaneous sip.
So last night, basically, we came home. These kids were tired.
Marisol got pan dulce first.
I did get pan dulce first.
They should be a sponsor. We should shout them out. But I think we hit them up one time. They're like, we give y'all some free conchas. Marisol like, man, I could buy my own 25-cent. I could buy my own 25-cent bread.
Their bread is good.
Yo, I gotta add the Chingo Bling blend, the coffee, the red pill blend. I gotta add it to the website. In the meantime, hit up chingothemerch.com. I don't know if you went. Once you start leaving comments like, damn, man, them new designs are fire. chingothemerch.com. And check out that new stuff.
For sure.
I'm waiting on mine so I can rock my sample. That's how new some of this stuff is. I don't even have one.
Well, that's kind of dope.
That's how you know it's like super new.
What was I going to tell you? Oh, so last night when we got home, I was like wanting to lay down, wind down, and so I was like going on there, and then I saw this thing said Mer People. So anybody that's on Netflix, if you've seen it, then you might know what I'm talking about.
Bro.
If you haven't, go on your Netflix and look up Mer People. I thought it was a joke. I didn't know what that was, to be honest with you. And I click it, and I did not know that Like, I was like, okay, I low-key think I want to be a mermaid now.
You too? They hit you?
I was like, this sounds like a lot of fun. It's an actual performance underwater.
Well, look,
They're performers.
at first, when we first saw like Netflix starts playing, it says trending, and it starts playing like a little bit of the show. We were like, yo, do these people identify? Like, are they like furries?
Yeah, first
we were like, do they identify as mermaids?
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, what in the Marxism is happening here? We're like, yo, what world are we living in?
Yeah.
So then we started watching it, and it wasn't really about that. The way I took it is like, there's a niche for everything. Like
Facts.
like if they made a show where I'm on there describing like my life, some people might be like, what? You a what?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. You got wait. Like
let's
Tex-Mex
just say,
parody rap stand-up
Yeah.
comedy, and you go live with your wife. What kind of weird world?
Yeah.
So basically, I took it as like there's a sub-genre of a subculture, because if you look at popular themes, like you have like princesses, Vikings, like there's just like mythical characters. You got Dungeons and Dragons and dinosaurs, like all these different themes.
Yeah.
So mermaid, that's like a huge ass subgenre.
Yeah.
And a lot of people fell in love. Like they got the mermaid patterns, mermaid backpack. Like you see mermaid stuff, like it's like trending, like the colors that the girls want. Penny has a little mermaid tail.
And she, for the longest, thought she was a mermaid, y'all. She would hop around in her mermaid tail, and she'd ask you to carry her. Do you not remember that? She'd ask you to carry her because she thought she was a mermaid. So that was my daughter. And she still thinks she's a mermaid sometimes. Right now, she happened to watch Belly and Beto again, so now she's thinking she's Belly and Beto again. So
I like that Sonny's getting into it.
Yeah.
Because they can learn Spanish and like the cumbias and all that.
Yeah. So I thought it was very interesting because I want to go to this. I don't even know if it exists anymore. I forgot how you pronounce it.
It was a weird Florida, Wisuwasachi.
Wiki.
Wachi.
Wiki Wachi. I think. Something like that. If you're in Florida and you know what I'm talking about. I'd never heard of this place. I told Chingo that as many times that was the one place we vacationed every summer because my aunt lives out there. So we would go every summer to Florida.
Duval County.
Yeah, exactly. So we would go
out there. Got family in Duval.
And so we would go out there every summer. So to me, I was like, how did we not know or hear about this? But then I'm kind of afraid, had I been to that, I would have wanted to be a mermaid.
Well, it looked interesting because apparently the Native Americans named this huge underwater spring, right? And it's like pristine, and they made like a mini theme park
underneath.
So it's like an underwater theater where you got like a show where these people hold their breath, catch a sinus infection, ear infection.
The eyes are burning.
Like damn near running out of breath trying to put on a show for the kids.
Well, I think they use this thing like where they get a little bit of air. So like their choreography.
It's like underwater ballet, yeah.
And then they have to keep doing this, right? So, but bro, I mean, it's like a whole thing. Like you've got to know how to be a great swimmer. You have to know how to do these amazing flips so that when your tail comes, and then
like little Navy SEALs.
Yeah, and then this guy who went with his parents one day to this place, to this resort or whatever it is, became obsessed, and he's called the Mer Taylor, which is another resort now. That's what it's called.
It's like a little
museum.
It reminds me of like a comedy club because his tank is his stage, and then you got like these up and coming mermaids that are auditioning, trying to get stage time, tank time, and then you got an audience. So I'm pretty sure he has like concessions or something.
Yeah. It was really cool though because they're sitting there, and I guess the wishy-washy. That's not how you say it.
Wishy-washy. Wiki-wachi.
He's still in touch with a lot of the original mermaids from this resort. And so they're the ones kind of helping audition and bring in these new mermaids for his little place that he's opening up. His mom said it's caused a lot of business troubles. And what she means by that is like he's taken, I think, out like 2 loans against his mortgage to keep this place going and to make to fulfill his dream. Yeah, because this is like a dream come true. But dream number one was he created
The tails.
the tells. He actually was able to swim for
Well,
a
he was
little
a
bit.
performer.
He was a performer at one point. He got sick, was not able to do it anymore. That's when a lot of issues start to happen. Yeah, to a lot of these people from being underwater, which makes sense. They have to practice being so far under to where like the ears have to pop, like they have to like be able to take all that. Very interesting, guys. It's really weird at one point. And then I guess we missed this part. I don't know. We kind of start dozing off when I guess the she perform and men want her to like. Why was she talking about like?
Because this is how they said it. Ready? He go to, bro. We busted out laughing. They said, you know, in the mer game, you get it's a lot of sexual harassment. You know, we call them merverts.
Merverts. Y'all, the vocabulary words are so dope. They're
merverts.
They're sisters. Like instead of like, you know, they're all like mermaid sisters, so they're sisters.
And then one dude was like, hit me on my cell phone.
On my cell phone.
He was like, shello.
Shello. It was so funny, y'all. You have to definitely watch it. Or at least I thought it was fun. I thought it was.
Hey.
I'm into it, and I'm going to finish the series. I'm just going to be honest.
I will say this. No offense to all my fellow stand-up comedians, but when I saw these underground mermaids in a mer game pulling up doing, like, backyard parties with their little tank, they set up their little tank, and it just reminded me of, like, some, you know, I've never really done like super house party backyard stuff. Like sometimes it's fun, like you really learn like to do bars and just like hell gigs. But you know, some comics, man, that's how they really get good. Like they really be out there like, hey compadre, la carne asada, hey, I'll give you 500, man. Just come tell about 15 minutes worth of joke.
And then her tail broke at one of the gigs that she was getting paid for.
Oh, the zipper on the tail.
Zipper on the tail broke, and she didn't have a backup. Like.
It was like a kid's party, right?
Yeah. It was funny because I was like, okay, that was irresponsible. I was like criticizing her. I was like, everybody knows you need a backup. Like, it just would only make sense. Backup tail. Like, you need a backup tail in your car.
And
like,
the assistant had to like carry her.
It's her assistant. Oh my God. It's her, like the person that announces her. It's like her. I guess would be the ringmaster, right? But in this case, I don't know what you would call it for the pool.
It's like it's like the host, like the opening. It's like an assistant more than anything. But I wasn't impressed with how he brought her out. He was just kind of like, all right, guys, y'all ready to meet Miss Such and Such? Okay, make some
Mermaid
noise.
Sparkle.
Yeah, Mer Sparkle, whatever. Like, all right, kids, make some noise. It's like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
You got to be like, ladies and gentlemen.
But then how do you do it? He just went.
Bloop. Like a little, like one of those fighter fish that you buy, the little fighter fish that, you know what I'm talking about, where you got a little bowl. A mí se me murió. Yeah, a mí se me murió a little beta fish.
I had several beta fish that died.
No, a mí se me murió.
But I thought that was kind of a pretty interesting show because I was like
fascinating.
Very. That's why I said I'm into it, and I was like, okay, I dare not take my 4-year-old there because I feel like she'd come back wanting to be a mermaid, and she would really want to be a mermaid. I do feel that, don't you think? If we took her to something like that, because for the longest, when we took her to Salem and we went to the Witches Museum, she came back thinking she was a witch, and she wanted to be. She's really into horror stuff, y'all.
Yeah.
Like she's into like Megan, Wednesday Addams. I mean. She wants to be Megan for Halloween. I already ordered her costume. Like, she can't wait to do it.
I have to remind her. I'm like, bro, you're 4.
I know.
Like, okay, Dad, but, like, I've seen a lot of the Megan stuff on YouTube. And, like,
she watches the Megan, what is it? The Reels? Or, no, I'm sorry. They're shorts. Like,
TikTok, people do like, they're on YouTube, basically. And it's basically, like, people either a makeup tutorial to look like Megan. Dancing like Megan.
Break down the dance, the steps on how to dance like Megan.
Like some little kid playing video games as Megan.
Yeah.
Some skit where it's like Wednesday Addams versus Megan.
Yeah. It's she's kind of obsessed. But she likes that stuff. That's my jam. That's like my kind of stuff.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, like scary stuff. So I don't know where she got it from. It's not like I sat there and said, I don't know. Maybe she just felt it. I don't know, but she really.
Yeah.
I introduced her one day to Wednesday Addams out of nowhere. I just showed her. I showed her the black and white one. For the longest, she was a purist about Wednesday Addams. She did not want to watch anything new Wednesday because that was not the real Wednesday. Only the black and white.
And then that trailer hit with.
And then the trailer happened with the Wednesday, the new version, and she was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!
She's
Wait
like,
a minute!
Whoa, I think I'm Jenna Ortega."
Yeah. So then she could tell you everything Jenna Ortega has been in.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, bro, you're 4.
I'm like, stop watching this little girl. Like, I'm so
you're
over
supposed,
her.
You're supposed to be watching Dora and SpongeBob.
I know. And then now her jam is to be Megan. So she really wants to be Megan. She wants us to dress up as nothing but scary characters from scary movies. So be surprised this Halloween because we're going to dress up. Because we missed out last year. We were kind of late on the game.
4th of July.
Because you had a show. And we were like kind of last minute.
4th of July, we're going to go all out as well. You got to do it. Do you have anything merch? Any cool merch dropping for 4th of July?
No, I'm not dropping anything for 4th of July.
But
I might have a 4th of July sale, but I'm not dropping anything. The only thing I have coming up is June 10th and 11th is Flea at Silver Street. It's actually Summer Flea at Silver Street. It's a 2-day event, nothing but local vendors. So come out. I mean, they're having everything and anything you can think of. And then
you'll have a great time.
And then Saturday evening will be the bottle signing. So 2 things in one day that I have to. I have 2 jobs. My first job, and then I got to go be job number 2.
Yeah.
Want to check some of the comments?
Yeah, check out the comments while I tell them that.
I can't. It's for some reason.
Okay,
I'll get up and
read them. But no, I just want to say, like, people come up to me all the time. They're like, "Oh my God, I know you because of your wife," or "I found your wife when she was pregnant. She was super pregnant. She was on that spin bike, and her belly was in the way, and it was so inspiring." Or like, "All my homegirls on the north side, support your wife." And
isn't that embarrassing to hear that?
Well,
she could barely y'all. I used to cycle with my legs to the side. Like I couldn't even get, my stomach was so big, my legs would go like this.
Sometimes you got fibroids, sometimes you got a hernia, and sometimes you got your belly button.
I am going to finally get that fixed, y'all, and I am so excited. The least excited part about all this is that I'm going to be out for about 8 weeks.
They're going to think you got a tummy tuck and a BBL. But really, it's just getting your hernia fixed.
I'm getting my hernia fixed. I'm getting my fibroids taken out. And I'm getting a hysterectomy.
Because the uterus, man, the hormones, everything, you know what I'm saying? All right. Here, happy Memorial Day. Where's Rob? We're going to be recording a bunch of stuff. You need to listen to her lounge. He's on there all the time. Saludos y buenos días. Let's see. Okay, I haven't seen. Where's the newest comments? You don't see them on there?
I for some reason I don't see anything. Like it's weird.
Bueno.
I don't know if it's because I really don't know. I'm sorry.
All right.
I hate to say this, unless
shout out to Matt Dog, Mousy Moreno.
I still only see 14 comments.
It's not loading up all the way. They're asking about San Angelo tour dates. They're asking, Humberto's asking, where's the concha? El pan dulce. Becky says happy Memorial Day. Of course, Mousy Moreno showing love. She said good morning to the beautiful beings. I think she said blings.
See, there's way more comments because it says the number is 30 comments, but I don't see but 5.
Shout out to my vintage tea. They shout out my homie Nelson in the house. Puro Second Baptist aquí, carnal. I guess we could tell them bye, tell them to tune in.
Yeah, I don't see it. I wanted to kind of get into chatting and thanking people for.
Yeah, I want to thank y'all for the support, man. VIP sold out, House of Blues, June 16th in Houston.
Okay, as soon as we figure this, how we can read the comments, y'all, then we will get that together. Maybe we need to have figured that out before we were on here.
Well, I don't know why Facebook is lagging on the comments, but we see a lot of them. We appreciate it. What was I gonna say? June 16th. The past couple years has been tricky in terms of me performing in my hometown. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why this is very monumental, because this will probably be like our only show for the year in Houston, right? Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, should we start doing twice a year? Maybe, but you don't want to overdo it. You know, you got to
Mm.
mix it up somehow. But June 16th, finally, it's going down. Houston, the date is upon us. ChingoTheMerch.com. Get the newest gear. Don't forget, man, we're coming to Oklahoma City, Chicago coming up. Arlington, Texas is a whole weekend. My people up there in the DFW, July 28th, 29th, and 30th. Just hit up the website to get all the tour dates. So my point was, when I was saying how people always say, "Yo, I love your wife," like you're cool too, but I really love your wife. Like you know, she inspires us. We support her. We love her. Marisol has a pop up coming up. You can catch her all the time at the Hive in Rice Village, and I tell Marisol all the time, and this is one of my critiques, right? Because we gotta kind of watch each other's back. But I always
Mm-hmm.
say you gotta do a better job of letting people know that you have a brand and you're in a boutique and you have an online store
Yep.
and you do pop-ups. Like you work really hard, but all the people that shop don't even know, like they're not even on the Her World soldiers.
I know.
They're just kind of like, oh,
Oh.
I love this stuff. Wow, look at these shades, look at these scarves, like look at this
Well, a
these
lot of people don't know.
swimsuits.
I thought I did a good job. I guess I don't.
Nah, we've been lacking new bathing suits.
Oh yeah, I wore the new bathing suit yesterday. The bathing suits are on Her Apparel though, and they're on my Her Apparel Instagram.
Well, you gotta let them know.
Here's
Her
the
apparel.
problem, y'all. So I wore it yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and just post the picture of me wearing it again. I'm I mean, if you're a female watching this, I'm sure you understand. I'm still insecure about my mom bod that hasn't finished transforming, and
She was Mama Mermaid.
my mom bod. So
Mama Mermaid.
I'm trying to get my mom bod back to back to where I was, and until I get this little uterus taken out, I have a little 4-month-old pregnant belly because my uterus is 4 months pregnant.
Well, she not making breaking news announcements. She's saying
No,
that
I'm not pregnant, but
her uterus
that's the
is as
equivalent.
if.
So is as if it were 4 months pregnant. So unfortunately, I have this little ugly stomach, and then my belly button looks like todo visco. It's like all big, a big old. I don't know what that is.
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower. Pete called it. Chingo called it a cauliflower belly button, y'all. I was like, oh my god, I can't. So I have this hernia there, so my belly button doesn't even look normal anymore. It's just pops. It's just out pretty much. So yeah, kids. I went from having a bodybuilder body to
Mamazota.
this now. So
Boom.
no excuse, because there's many women out there that get it together. But unfortunately, I'm facing. I'm facing these.
You got a 1.5-year-old, and you got the hernia.
I got a lot of medical issues, little hormone issues as well. So there's a lot happening over here.
But hey, guess what though? We done prayed on it, and today we fasted and prayed on it.
Yes, so
We appreciate y'all tuning in to all of our podcasts. Don't forget, you can always tune. If you can't catch these live, just check out Apple Podcasts or Spotify or anywhere. It's like on I don't know, 10 different platforms where you listen to podcasts. Just type in Cafecito Time.
people. Okay, so now I guess if I went this way, I was able to see it.
Mm-hmm.
El Merchingo.
It said, you are beautiful. You still look good, girl.
Oh, thank you. But it is what it is. Anyways, so part of this whole thing, guys, is we're going to make a pact. Fridays may not happen, but I think we're sticking to Monday, Wednesday, Friday for Cafecito Time. So tell a friend, share, comment, get involved.
I mean, we had a good meeting. We planned out the week. I feel inspired and re-energized. Of course, in life, you always got curveballs. You always got obstacles.
Yeah.
Different people have different things going on. We're grateful for our health. We're grateful for a lot. But I will say that, like, you know, Eye of the Tiger, we got to make it happen. We got to go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Cafecito Time. We're able to reach a lot of people, and we appreciate you guys. So thank you for tuning in.
We'll see y'all Wednesday.
We're about to grab a pan dulce and then hit the gym. So y'all stay tuned, man. We appreciate y'all. Diles, bye.